Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Sexual Wire, a.k.a. Coach Bird, and I'm the host of the BYRDCAGE Show. Celery Juice. We are back at it, episode number 62. We have another special guest in the building today. YARA Waples is in the building, joining us on the couch today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to let Cousin introduce this special guest today. You know what I'm saying?
So here on the BYRDCAGE, we talk about everything from nuts to bolts, and we've been trying to get, number one, more female guests. That's paramount. Number two, we've been trying to talk about nutrition and trying to find somebody that we actually can have on to, number one, explain about eating healthy, living a healthy lifestyle as it pertains to what you're digesting in your body. And also so we can give people an idea on how you can go about starting or jump starting a healthy lifestyle. So this is not just for our adults, it's for our student athletes as well. We just want to start plugging in more as the seasons are coming, because football season is around the corner. We want to start plugging into more so young people understand how important it is for your nutrition. So YARA Waples is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful person. Her energy, I say a lot of times, I bounce off her energy, and her energy is amazing. She started Juice Capital. Juice Capital. She wrote a book, a juicing book.
There we go. Get all the plugs in.
Yeah, so she's just,
Sit it out here on the table.
All right.
So
she's a very all-around sweet person, and we're just going to dive right into how she came about doing Juice Capital, juicing, and what does it mean for her, and kind of break it down for us so we'll know how to live a little better.
Definitely. Now, before we get into that, for those that don't know you,
Okay.
why don't you just, give a little background real quick, where you're from and all that good stuff.
So, my name is YARA Waples. I'm from Camden, New Jersey. I was born out east, and we moved to Parkside. So, I went to Forest Hill, I went to Hatch, I went to Camden High, 1998. So in between those, I did with the Voorhees. I had to go to school in Voorhees at one point, and in Pennsauken. I went to Cheney for 1 year. I went to Rowan, and then I graduated my master's at Eastern University in Philly. So that's really it. I got one son. He's 14 years old. That's it.
But the kid in nutshell was she graduated from Camden High.
That's right.
Yes, we always gonna pinpoint that.
Big up the purple and gold,
we big up the purple and gold because oftentimes we hear good things don't come from Camden.
Exactly.
So when we sit people on this couch, we like to let y'all know Camden got a lot of positive people, and we doing a lot of big things.
Yes, definitely. Hey, well, let's get right into it. You know what I'm saying? You got the book. We see some of your products here.
Yes.
What made you get into juice?
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
All right. So, one of my hairdressers, she, in my 20s, she would juice January and February. No food, just juice.
Okay.
So I said, I want to get into it. And I never really looked at her weight loss. I looked at her blessings that she would get. Like, now she's a celebrity hairdresser. So, I mean, just imagine, like, that's all she do, and she has like a hairline with different oils and stuff like that, but she's huge. So I always looked at her blessings. So I was like, I'm gonna do this 1 year. So 2016, my friend Elton, myself, one of his cousins, a few more of us, we did a juice fast. So for the first month, so 30 days, no food.
So that's just all juice?
Just all juice.
Okay.
All juice, and then I think the next month, like, we incorporated food. So it worked. We never did it again. We lost our weight, we gained it back.
Elton, we just had this conversation last week.
we gained it all
Shout
back. Yeah. So
That's
then again, I would juice periodically in between. So I knew it worked. One of my girlfriends, she has IBS. So I was like, why don't you just juice? So she's like, okay. She's like, I've been taking all this medication. The medication's not working. So I was like, what? And so she was like, I'm gonna buy you all the fruit. She bought me all the fruit. I juiced all the stuff for her, and she did it for a month, no food, and all her ailments, everything went away.
Wow.
Yeah. So a lot of people have been like my guinea pig throughout the whole thing. Yes. One of Pete Brown. You know, he was another guinea pig. He had high blood pressure. He used for 3 months. The high blood pressure went away. I haven't seen Pete in a very long time. Wow. So it is a continuous, you know, cycle of like helping. Like it really heals the body and reverses.
What do you define as a healthy lifestyle?
Well, like long as you can get your minerals and your vitamins in daily. And I always say the most naturalist way possible. You know, I not say I frown upon like pills and all that stuff. If that's what you decide to do, that's on you. You know, you can take your multivitamins. But I feel as though a juice in the morning time, it goes straight to your blood vessels. You know, you breaking your fast because you're sleeping. You know, that's healthy to me. You know, I'm a vegan, you know, but I'm a fake vegan. But you know, long as it's a balance, long as it helps, long as you get your shots in, you get your, you know, your ginger shots, you know, you get your sea moss in, you know, you try to balance it. Don't go all the way in with, you know, all the cheeses and all the cheesesteaks and the chicken and all that stuff, and then, you know, wake up and do the same thing tomorrow morning. You know, give yourself a balance. If the breakfast is, you know, your juice and your lunch is a salad, splurge on your dinner. You know, but you know, whatever you want, but just balance yourself out. If you like.
So definitely the key is moderation.
Moderation, moderation and balance, a healthy balance. Yeah. That's
definitely what's up. So I mean, you explained some of it with you know, some of your friends not having to take the medicine once they started juicing and things like that. So that, you know, we were just going to talk about how is it beneficial to your health. Have you seen it work with people with other ailments and things like that?
Yes, I've had people with diabetes, high blood pressure, erectile dysfunction, pregnancy. That was crazy to me. You know, that was super crazy. You know, I was like, okay, and just trial and error. Right. And I was like, you know, just do a fast, because when I did a fast in 2019, like a whole month one time, and I felt different. My mind was clear. I felt everything. I smelled everything. So I was like, you know what? You should do a fast. Next thing I know, she was like, I'm pregnant. I'm like, what? You know, like, I can't believe this really happened. You know, I'm with her like, what? On the phone, like, are you crazy? And she like, yeah, you know, your advice, you know, it helped. And I was like, oh, okay, wow. You know, so that happened. Liver, this guy he was getting ready to go on dialysis and for his liver and everything. And he was like, my levels is low. He came to me maybe about April. And he juiced from April to November. And he was like, I don't know what's going on. He was like, well, my doctor said everything is great. I don't have to do this dialysis, you know, and the juicing really works. So I only see him periodically, like maybe once a month now, you know. And I knew with him, I couldn't give him any dyes, meaning like the juice with the beets and, or the charcoal or anything like that. I had to give him stuff on the lighter side, you know, so that works for him.
So I know you mentioned a couple of times about fasting, and I know fasting for those that are in the religious sector, when you fast, they say it brings you closer to your God or your creator or whatever your spiritual being is, and it helps you ground yourself. So I'm quite sure that when you juice fast, it kind of gives you the same, because it clears your head.
Oh boy. Yes. I mean, I'm always, you know, connected, and I always, like, you know, if it's slow, if Juice Capital is slow, like, Lord, you know, increase my territory. He does it, you know, immediately. If somebody's coming through the door, or juice orders coming through in or whatever, but, you know, I just feel like, because I'm giving something up. You know, I'm giving something up that I love, which is food, and I think all women do. You know, and I'm giving something up, and I'm like, you know, and you know, praying and thankful and thanking him, you know, at the same time. So, you know, I'm just like, all right, it definitely works. Like I said, it helped with my hairdresser. I seen it with my two eyes, and I was like, wow, you know, like.
Now, for those that don't know how to fast, or even what you mean by when you say they fast for a certain amount of time, can you just explain it? You know what I'm saying?
Like, so what we do is at Juice Capital, you know, they have 3, 5, 7 day or month to 3 months plans. So one, it includes a juice cleanse. So juice cleanse is two juices a day and a meal, or 2 meals. You cannot eat in between the first 2 juices. So It can be your breakfast. It can be your lunch. But you can drink your herbal tea. You can drink water, but nothing that you chew. And then I'll give you a regimen, for the juice cleanse. And that's 3, 5, 7 days. But I tell people if they have any ailments or if they have any goals that they need to achieve as far as weight loss, to do it to 1 to 3 months, because then you'll be able to see the difference. And and for your goal, you're going to reach your goal. And the fast is 3 juices a day. So you are doing breakfast, lunch, and dinner, juice only. And I can tell people, like, if they get hungry, I love to incorporate miso soup, because it has healing properties in there as well. I tell them to go to the Asian market because they have the best miso soup ever. Sea moss, because sea moss cuts the appetite. If this is your first time juicing, I'll tell them, they can do the large juices, smoothies, but nothing to chew. You can do that for 7 days. You can do it as long as you want. Fasting is not going to harm you, and you can exercise with fasting too. Like, it gives you this burst of energy. Like I said with Pete, he would say, what am I going to do with this energy? I'm like, exercise. He was like, the next month he exercised. I was like, all right, cool. I'm exercising. Yeah.
That's definitely what's up. Now, you see it on your shirt. You know what I'm saying? We have some of your products here that we're going to get into. What made you start, your own company?
Okay,
so what made you start Juice Capital?
And so with my girlfriend with the IBS, she started telling her family, and she has a big family. Tina Smalls, my other girlfriend Sylvia, she told her family, so they were like, I'm not juicing for you guys. They had juicers, so because we would juice together at times, so they had juicers, and they say, I'm not juicing, go to my girlfriend Yara, she'll juice it. So I would do it. I was working at the same time, juicing in my house. And so I was juicing for 3 years, in my house. And one of my girlfriends, she said, you need help. And I'm like, no, because I'm 14 hours in, chopping, everything. I'm good. I'm like, I'm delivering, because I never brought anybody to my house, as far as pick up, always deliver, or, we met at a certain location. So I would save my money. I'm not a big spender. I'm cheap, for real. But so I saved up, as I was going. She brought her little cousin, then Twig's daughters. They came in. Twig daughter, one of them still with me right now. Okay. She's a manager at Juice Capital Malaysia. She does an excellent job. Yeah, she's my manager. But so I've been doing it in my house. COVID was great for me. I didn't get sick, and sorry for the people who did get sick. But they would come because I had a juice plan for that. So I would save. I had a neighbor who was in the front of me, and she would complain. It was a Karen, and she would complain. She would lie and say, oh, this lady, she is throwing produce in a recyclable. She is doing like all this stuff, just lying, taking pictures, calling the police on me, all that stuff
about fruit,
juice.
And I would juice around normal
about produce.
Jesus.
Yeah, and the cops would say, so it's a a certain number of produce you can bring in your house. Like, why is she taking pictures of you? So I'm like, I said, I don't know. Her son would knock on my door. So me and Malaysia, we built a soundproof barrier. Like we was banging. We the little thing was wobbly and everything. We was like as if we were rapping or something. We put the juicer in there.
The booth together.
Yeah, we had the whole booth ready. Put the juicer inside it. She thought, but she still heard it. And her son said, if I put my ear to the wall, I'm like, why you put your ear to the wall? So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go on Facebook Marketplace, and I'm going to go find a place. And it was one right a couple minutes down the street, from where I live at. And they were like, okay, the rent is like 14 or something like that. And I'm like, I can't afford that. So the owner was like, all right, I'm gonna do $12.50. So $12.50, I could take that. I think I should be okay. Okay, whatever. So and I got a contractor. Okay. His name is Pop, and he took me to the store. He didn't rip me off. I saw everything that I paid for, and receipts, everything. He's like, no, I'm not. I'm going to show you everything. I really wanted to use Don, and Don was not available at the time. Rest in peace, Don. Yes, that's right. And I wanted to use him, and Don was with me when I wanted to go to Collinswood, and Don was on the roof no, YARA, F that, F him. No, he's trying to rip you off, this and that, whatever. And no, walk away from. I was like, nah, but I really want this. No, you walking away from this one. You walking away from this one. So when it was time to do the second, the second place that I loved, which was a great price, he wasn't available, and I was like, dang, but he had a lot of projects and a lot of things going on. So I was like, I found somebody else, and so I was fine with that. And like I said, and that's where it came about. And
but God's timing, right?
It was. It definitely was. It definitely was. So we've been open since the end of August of last year, actually April.
Okay.
And just juicing and just getting it going.
Gotcha.
And your product is in other stores too, right?
Yes, it's in the Natural Health Food Store in Blackwood, New Jersey, and at certain gyms, depending on when the gyms call me up. It's like, you want them inside the gym. And they'll be like, okay. I'm like, all right, I can. And at gyms, they use that, that size as well. Okay. So, but the Natural Health Food, they do the shots and they do the regular size juices, which is great because although we're there on Sundays and it's special orders, the Natural Health Food Store is open on Sundays and we're closed on Mondays and they're open on Mondays, so it works well. Yeah.
Let them know where your shop is.
Okay,
yes,
so I'm located in Blackwood, New Jersey, 1031 Little Gloucester Road. It's off of the Blackwood Clementon. What is Blackwood Clementon Road? I can't think of it. But it's across the street from McDonald's, adjacent to the Starbucks and the same shopping center as Antonino's Pizza, and it's an African hair braiding place. And there's a lot of parking. Although, you got to walk down, but if you don't walk down, we got a little electrical chair. Okay, so you get in there. You need
take care of everything. Everything.
Yes.
Everybody gets taken care
of.
Yes,
right.
Everybody gets taken care of.
Right.
Now, we have a lot of student athletes, you know what I'm saying, that view the show. And, we always talk about, the ball's going to stop at some point. You know what I'm saying? No matter what level you get to, you know what I'm saying? At some point, you're going to have to figure out something to do, something else to do, you know what I'm saying, when your playing days are over. So if you could just speak on a little bit about, like, the starting of the business and, like, you had to go get permits, I'm sure, and all of that type of shit. Right, that part.
Right, okay, yes.
That part.
So, the paper part.
The paper part. If you could just talk about that a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
So I went, and it's crazy because I went to school for business. It changes every year, but I'm glad I did save because when I went to all these banks, trying to get a grant, trying to get a loan, they denied me, because they wanted to see your profit and loss statement for 3 years. Like, where am I gonna get it?
Right.
I'm not even open up. So they want to see all of this stuff before they even give you any type of money. Gotcha. So if you're out there building your clientele, do it right. If you need to get an accountant or if you you can do the P&L statements yourself. But this is what the banks want to see. Gotcha. So now I had to pay. I'm in there now.
Right,
now I had the P&L statement, but I'm like, I wish I would have had that. I wish somebody would have told me prior to that. And I wish somebody. I'm glad that I did build my clientele before I got out there. The first 5 years is real. I did not know. I thought, because I was in the house 3 years, that was a part of the first 5 years. It was not, because it's touch and go. Now, but it's cool and I'm thankful and everything. But it is my grandma. She's way from funeral home when I was younger. I don't know if you remember, but she always used to tell me, like, death takes holidays, so everybody doesn't get a turn. And it's like, she used to say, don't get into the business. Death takes holidays, meaning it's slow periods.
Right.
It's slow periods in business, and she filed bankruptcy 7 times, because she had a different type of lifestyle than I did, but it was just that type of thing. Get a good following. Get your Instagram, get your Facebook up and running. Even if you're not at a location, I go to a guy. He has a watermelon. I love yellow watermelon, so he has it on a corner. And he sells it on a corner, and he has it on Google. Yeah, so
is that the man from Philly?
Philly, yeah. So
the old man?
Old man, yeah.
I gotta remember where they at. You gotta tell me when this is done.
And it's right on Google.
Yeah.
I am so surprised at that. But so they don't give you a loan until they want to actually see that. As far as the permits, Blackwood was kind of okay. It was cool. You know, they failed me once, but you know, it was fine. It was something small, but they never give you a blueprint on what to what to look for or what to do. Okay. So you just kind of go in there like what am I supposed to do?
Right.
You know, so they don't give you that. They get in there, they get in there, they say, okay, you supposed to get this, you supposed to get that, you supposed to get this. And I'm like, oh, nobody gave me a set. Nobody told me. Right. And they're like, okay, well, you just got to get it fixed. Right. So I was like, all right, no problem. The county was pretty good. The county was excellent as far as the juice business. I didn't have to have any type of fans or anything. I'm not cooking anything in there. Okay. But you have to have those type of things, or you know, once they pass you, they don't bother you anymore. Gotcha. They don't bother you anymore. Like as far as, you know, your mayor's coming out, or you know, during your opening day, you know, you got to call the office. You have to call and make an appointment for them to come out, because you know, of course, you're opening. They don't know anything about it. The office don't know anything about it, so you got to get them in. That's what. Let me see what else. It was a long process. Like I said before, it was April. Like I think he started working in April till like he did it within 2 to 3 months. Okay. And then we was able to open after the inspection and things like that. A lot of things broke. I got a lot of things on Facebook Marketplace. But it did its job. Don't go in there, you know, just using up all your money. Right. Because you're going to need some of that money. You're going to need some of that money that you saved up. And, you know, I say at least if you can save up, you know, before you get out there, at least $20,000 to $50,000. Gotcha. You know, before you get out there for any startup. Mine was a juice bar. It's a little bit less, but mine was a hair salon first. Gotcha. So I had to he had to reconstruct do all that stuff, you know. So gotcha. Yeah. So if food is your preference, or a clothing store, find somewhere. And location is everything. Location is everything, but find somewhere where they already had that stuff in it. Right, gotcha. So you don't have all that money. Yes, and I do a lot of, and I buy a lot of things, and I'm not taking away from anybody who creates shirts or anything like that. Again, I'm cheap, so you know, I don't care how long it takes. I purchase everything from China, you know. Gotcha. So it's like, you know, I wait for that shipment to come. You know, I was starting off, you know, getting the bottles from Philadelphia and putting my own labels on there, but it's very costly. You know, it's like a lot of nickel and diamond. Like these shirts, you know, these is $8 a piece, and that includes shipping. You know, so I'm fine with that, and I can sell them, you know, if I want to make a little bit of money or whatever. But you know, I would rather, and I would support everybody, because I do support everybody. But I like as far as, you know, my company. You know, and the things that they need to have inside of the store, you know, I would, yeah. Gotcha. Because everybody go to China for real. Yeah. So I hope you guys are paying attention. So just like you got to train and work hard to try to earn these scholarships and all that type of stuff to be the best you can be on the field, the diamond, the court, whatever sport you might be playing. When you're going into business for yourself, you got to put the work in. You got to put
and you got to know, and you got to learn. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn. You got to listen to people that did it before you. Right. Exactly. You have to kind of like, she dropped a lot of nuggets. So if you're watching, just listen to what she said. She said, talked about saving the money. She talked about location. She talked about social media following. Just listen to the nuggets and just take it, and kind of, because I know it's a lot of young people out there that's trying to be, what they call them, youngpreneurs, or they gotta. And you gotta put that work in. I mean, when I say 14-hour days, I was cutting, putting the trash out, doing the produce shopping. This was in the beginning by myself. I got pictures. I'm swear I'm strong, because I'm lifting 50-pound beets and 50-pound carrots. Like, get out of here. and yeah, so I would do all that. Like, I'm going to the produce place. You know, I go to a place in Philadelphia because it's wholesale. So I'm going there, I'm shopping, I'm cutting, I'm juicing, I'm delivering, you know. These is and 14 hours is just before I get to the delivery. Right. And to be honest with you,
thank God.
We got the book. We have the book at 1417, and we have a juicer, cousin Miss Yara. And that ain't no easy task. The cutting and the and then that's not in the stuff. The pulp be everywhere.
What's the sound again?
That's what the little boy was hearing. Yo, and the pulp be everywhere. Then you gotta unclog the thing. It is not easy. So for you to have done that for hours on end by yourself to do deliveries for other people, you know, people just need to be thankful because yeah, it ain't easy.
And I'm thankful that I had the help. Now I'm thankful that I had the help. You know, when they started, I was like, oh no, I don't need help. I was like, thank God.
Thank God.
Thank God. You know, and then when she came, this is Twig daughter. Mama C, she was juicing first, and she was like, "Can my little cousin come?" I was like, "Oh no, we good." She's 14 hours in with me. She's 16 years old, 14 hours in. Like, she's like, "You think we need help?" Oh my God, Miss Yara, you this all by yourself? And I was like, "No, we don't need no help." I was like, "But you know, Brandon," I was like, "Oh, thank God she's here too." Then it was like, we had 1, 2, 3, 4 girls. Okay. In the kitchen at my house, yeah. Oh my gosh, in the house.
Because it ain't easy, I'm telling you. And then you trying to do the measurements and make sure you got the stuff right. And then you got to have multiple for every juice. It's multiple different things. But she'll go over the book because the book is very interesting.
And that's what I was just great asked. Let's talk about the book. You know what I'm saying? And then like, you know, me and Cousin talk about all the times. It seems like when we have guests on, we always find out something because I did not know you had the book.
Yes,
so
yes.
I am very interested to talk about the book now. So let's talk
Don't
about
worry,
the book.
I'll bring the book here so you can use it.
So the book is on Amazon and also on Barnes and Noble. I was writing a book. I used to work at a junkyard, right? And I was writing in a sales department. And I was writing a book at the same time as I was working there. I was kind of bored. So I was writing it. And then as I started to juice for people and everything, I have stories in there. Mm-hmm. I have before and after pictures in there. I have a journal in there because you know everybody's different along their juice journey. You know, some people they break out. You know, if you haven't beets, you definitely your urine and your bowel movement is gonna be red. So don't be scared or alarmed and think you got cancer. Because the first time I had beet juice, I was like, I got cancer. I went to the toilet like, oh God, I was crying and everything. And then so it has that on. It has recipes. Okay. And it has the benefits underneath of the recipes. It has the measurements. What else is on there? What else is in there? Storage.
How to store certain things.
Yeah, and I'm also on YouTube. I haven't been on there in a while, but it tells you, you know, in the book it tells you how to do a juice cleanse, how to do a juice fast. You know what you can eat, and the website also has that as well. And the YouTube is it's a smaller version of juice. It shows you how to juice and how to. It's like a lazy way of getting the foam out.
Gotcha.
Yeah, on there. Yeah. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and some of the fruit that's in here and the stuff that's required, some of our local supermarkets don't be having most of the time. Yes. Yeah, it's like really like it was hard to find parsnips. But we found it. Oh yeah, it was hard to find. It's something else you have in here. It was like, what is that?
Yeah, I used to be in the kitchen just playing around with stuff. I used to see different fruits and vegetables. And I'm like, let me try this in the juice. I know things go. I know pineapple go well with this. Let me pair it with this. And then the names is crazy because it just it's like a part of my life. At some point in time, whatever. But yeah, so. I just tried everything. Gotcha. I tried everything, and I made it good. I had to make it good because I used to go into, and I still do. I still go into if I'm on vacation or even in this area or wherever. Wherever I go, I make sure I get a juice because that is the start of my day.
Gotcha.
Like I can't wake up without a juice. So I make sure I go to a juice, and I was like, why does it gotta be nasty? Like why is this juice? It doesn't have to be nasty to be like good for you.
Gotcha.
So I'm like. I'm just go ahead and do my own whatever, but I do find different juices out there that's really good, so if you are in my location, and I deliver anyway, but you can hit me up and I'll get the juice to you.
All right, so one last go about it. The book is called So You Think You Can Juice. It's by Yara Waples. You can find it on Amazon and at Barnes and Nobles. She's on Little Blackwood, Clementon Road in Blackwood. Juice Capital. I'm quite sure if you put it in your search bar, the address will come right up.
Right.
Because I did it.
Good.
And it came right up.
Because you guys know we don't do anything on the Birdcage without research.
Oh yeah, we do research. We're not
researching.
just bring them in and off the top of the head. No, we do some research. We still find out some things because I did not know you wrote the book, so that's good to know. But we do our research. Now I see you all over the place. I see Juice Capital all over the place, all over the Camden City community events and whatnot. So, how important is it to you and Juice Capital to be at these events, and how important is it, for the community to know about juicing?
Because I want everybody healthy, and I want to give back to my city. I love Camden, New Jersey. I am born and raised, and like it made me who I am today. And like, can't nobody talk negative about it. I don't care. I'm for it, So I'm so happy, that I was invited to not at these parts, not in our parks. I was so thankful. My cousin Pam like, come on in. So I was like really thankful for that, So I'm like, all right, we're gonna do that. And then it led to other events that we've been doing in the city. I've been going to a lot of different events elsewhere, but it really means something to me.
Gotcha.
When I'm in the city with my people, and like helping them, and like especially the ginger shots. I laugh hysterically all the time. When people take on flavor.
Slide to the right. Reverse. Cha-cha. Cha-cha again. Cha-cha. Cha-cha again.
Like just to have the nutrients,
right.
In their body, at the time, and they don't ever do it again. At least they tried it.
Right.
But I think it's about knowledge. Like I was talking the other day, I think it was Tuesday, and I was saying a lot of times within our community we lack communication. Yeah. So people don't know.
Just don't know.
They don't know. Yeah. And it's a lot of our people that are very unhealthy and living unhealthy lifestyles. Like
because our bodies, first of all, after a certain age we cannot break down what we can't break that stuff down anymore. So we do have to put stuff in our bodies that is going to heal our bodies at this time. And it doesn't take long to heal the body at all. You just got to put the right stuff in there. But yeah, as far as gluten, you're right, because gluten, I used to go to Poke a long time ago when he used to say, he said, Yara, and I was like, I got eczema. And he's like, it's the dairy. Like, stop eating the dairy. And I'm like, oh, no, like, I love cheese, like. So recently I realized, like, he was right. So that when I became a vegan, the dairy went away. But and now I realize it's the gluten. So every time I have gluten, my hand gets inflamed with eczema. But it's just everything in your gut. That's your second brain. Everything in your gut creates illnesses. It creates pimples. It creates sinus infections. Everything. All that inflammation from your stomach, it travels throughout the body. And it could, like, we all have gas, but it creates gas, diarrhea. Sometimes people not being able to go to the bathroom. Understand, you have to go every day, because if you don't, just like if you have a trash can, the trash in the trash can, it rots.
Right.
So the food in your body is rotten too. So that's where all the worms and then parasites and all that stuff. So you have to go and release them bowels every time you eat. You should be able to release your bowels. Right. If you're not, you definitely try Juice Plan. I tell people, just like you go get people treat their cars and their phones better than their own body. If you want to get an oil change, it's time to juice.
Change body oil.
Yeah, change the body oil.
And I listen.
So you can work. So it can run a little bit better. And always listen to your body. Your body tells you, like,
when your gut's bad.
Yeah, when your gut's bad.
And when I look, see right here, this is where my eczema shows up at. If I eat too much cheese, I get a bubble. I get right here. It's from the dairy. But I know it. Right. But then I'll sneak it, and then I'll take a Benadryl, or I'll sneak it, and then I'll know when I'm feeling so cold, because he'll tell you, I'm like, yo, I gotta go get a colonic. Like, this is how I go seasonal. I do it seasonal. Like, but when it's bad for me, I'll do it monthly. But then I'll break it down into seasonal. But I'm telling you, I know when I gotta go. I know when my intestines need a tune-up.
Definitely. Definitely need a tune-up, right? And the juice is the oil change.
Yeah, juice is the oil change. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So before we wrap this up and get into your future plans, let's talk about what we have here.
Okay, so today I brought one for me because I like this. It's my favorite. So this is the black lemonade. So the black lemonade is active charcoal, lemons, freshly squeezed lemon, alkaline water, and agave. And that's what it is. Like, when I used to work in a hospital as a mental health patient, they would come in there. They would be on drugs, and they overdosed. So the nurses would give them charcoal. So it bound up everything in their body, and they weren't dead anymore. So so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a lemonade, and I saw that, I was like, oh, okay, so people were out there really doing it already. So I'm like, okay. So I tried it. It's really good. It's sweet, and it's good for you. So you're either gonna be urinating a lot or you're gonna go straight to the bathroom. It's either or. This is the Lifesaver, everybody, and you gotta shake it well. This is the Lifesaver. This is one of everyone's favorite juice. So it's named after the Lifesaver pack of candy. So it's everything in the Lifesaver pack of candy except cherries, and I add ginger because it's a lot to take the seeds out of the cherries. Of course, I brought them ginger shots. I put it in a vial because again, I'm cheap, so I need my inventory for my inventory. So I put it in the glass vial. This is what we used to use first. We used to use glass bottles and glass jars at Juice Capital. So now
is this what you?
We doing the juice show? Yep, not in the parks. That's what she gave me.
And I brought one so I can do it with you guys too. So
we gotta drink the whole thing?
No, this is actually 2 ounces. You can do half of it. You can do half of it. So everybody gonna do an ounce.
I'm not gonna front. I saw some of them reactions when he was taking it at the 9 hour.
Thank you, Juice Capital. Much appreciated. I'm getting my shot of juice today. Is this the what, ginger?
This is the ginger shot.
I'm ready to take a ginger shot, and it's much needed. I've had a long morning. This is going a toast.
The good living.
The good living. Juice
Capital.
Juice Capital.
To the city of
strong.
Camden.
Absolutely. Camden strong.
Yeah.
I was like, I hope she don't bring that.
So I'm gonna make the reaction too because it's for real. Every single time I drink it.
You ready?
Yes.
This live on Birdcage.
Birdcage Juice Capital.
Wait, this is going to be the start of my cousin getting his gut right.
There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
Ain't bad, right? Ain't bad.
Get you right here, little bit.
Ain't bad. This is
Ain't
straight
bad.
ginger. So
Okay.
sometimes,
bad.
sometimes we have ginger from Brazil, and sometimes we get ginger from China. China is not as strong as from Brazil, but this is immediately.
Now, how often are you supposed to? Would you take like a shot
One
every
a
day?
day. One a day is awesome because it's the fastest way to kill inflammation in the body.
Okay.
So you may be breaking wind while we talking right now. Some people, they go straight to the bathroom with this, but it's definitely a good thing to have that ginger throughout the body, and it helps with weight loss. It helps with weight loss.
And you know what, a lot of times when I know I fall short and I do eat a panzerotti like today.
I wish they had a vegan panzerotti.
But listen, so what I'll do is I take ginger, I cut it up, and I put it in the pot of alkaline water, and I boil it. But then I use the ginger to make my tea.
Good.
So I use the ginger, the water.
Right.
After I boil the ginger in the water, I let it sit, and then I use the ginger to make my tea, and then I usually add a tablespoon of sea moss in my tea. With turmeric and honey.
Yes.
My kids think it might be the weirdest thing I do, but I do know for those, and I'm going to toot my own horn right now, for those people that look at me and say I don't look like I'm about to be 51, it's because I've always had this plan in my life. Because I've always been the one that watched what I ate and worked out and watched what I put in my system and did everything.
Your face is beautiful.
It's
so like clear and all that. Yes.
Definitely alkaline water. Somebody asked me that. I said I drink plenty of alkaline water and I mind my business. That's the key.
That's the key.
No stress, no drama.
Now, we trying these other ones too?
Yeah, you got
we can take a sip. Take the sip of the charcoal one. I never had the charcoal one.
Okay, yeah, because you had the Lifesaver thing, yes.
All right, let's see what we got here.
That's one of my favorite.
That's not bad.
It's not bad at all.
And this was the lemonade?
This is the lemonade.
What's it called? Black lemonade?
It's called the black lemonade, something simple.
That's not in the book though.
No, this is not in the book because I was in the process of creating book 2, and my son he felt as though he needed space inside of my computer, and he deleted book 2. Oh, I was heated. Like, why do you need space in my computer for your stuff?
So now you got to start book 2 all over
again. All over again.
This is the Lifesaver?
Yeah, that's the Lifesaver.
like that.
Yeah, everybody likes that one.
So my suggestion to Set Your Wire would be to reach out to Juice Capital and just buy the week's worth of stuff, because I don't see you juicing. I don't see you getting a machine.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't see
yeah.
you.
No, I'm about to buy it. Yeah, I'm about to.
You got just get the week worth of stuff. Do the fast.
Yeah.
We're gonna jumpstart you for football season.
I like it.
Ready to go.
I definitely
Then
like
you can get on your bike. Like here's
like
this.
it. Yeah.
I always like people to start off. I call it a chronic. Again, previous life. But anyway, it's the celery juice. So it's 32 ounces, and it only works at that capacity. Like it only works there. So I tell people to do a 3 to 5 days. So what it does is naturally gets the parasites, the worms, and all that stuff out your body. So the first time you drink it, you are going to the bathroom, and you may be going to the bathroom all day, but you getting that stuff out.
Gotcha.
So the second day, you're just rebuilding your gut health and all that stuff. So I tell them, come back the next week, start you a cleanse or a fast, whatever you want to do. That way, all that stuff that's blocking the juices to come in is out. And now the juices is coming in, and it's going to work right.
So you do the celery.
Do the celery first. I always tell people do the celery.
So you do the celery for how long?
3 to 5 days. It all depends on your preference. And I always started with a 5-day everything. But then one of my girlfriends, Kia, she says, can I do a 3-day? And I was like, yes. I don't never see the benefits of the 3-day, but if you want to,
Right.
And then
So you just do the celery juice. That's it for 5 days.
You do, and I send you a regimen. So you do the celery for breakfast. Some people say, can you do it at night? And I say, yes, you can do it at night as long as it's 4 hours after you eat, because you need everything you need to do on an empty stomach. And so you do that, and you're going to bathroom.
So you can do. Let me get this right. Although I know he's probably going. I'm gonna make sure to remind him to get the regimen. So you do the celery juice. You could do it for breakfast and lunch, and maybe eat a salad for dinner.
No, you do the celery juice once a day. I'm sorry.
Oh, was it? Okay,
once a day is breakfast, and then for lunch you can do fruits. You can
Fruit
do
salad,
nuts,
maybe.
You can do vegetables, and then dinner. You can have your dinner. Just stay away from your dairy, because we for real can't have dairy. Everything what God created is a healing property.
It has a healing property,
like,
right?
People, you don't even have to use deodorant. It's people they take the key lime and rub it on their underarms, and after a while you don't have a smell. It's just so it's everything on this earth heals you. You just got to use it properly.
That's what's up. Now, future plans? What you got? What you thinking about?
I want to, I want to come. I want to come. I want to come.
Being nosy right now. What you thinking about?
I want to come to the city. I want to come to the city. Okay. I want a juice bar in the city. I want my money back from where I'm at. My accountant's like, your money's not coming back. I said, if they said it's coming back. They like, no, it's going to take a while for it to come. So I was like, okay. So just know, any entrepreneurs out there, you're not getting your money back at the end of the year for all the money you put out there. I want to write, book too. I want to create a black juicer association. That's in the making too. And I think that's it right now.
I think that's more than enough.
Yeah,
and we just going to continue. We're going to continue the fellowship. We're going to continue to connect. I'm going to continue to pray for you.
Yes, please.
And you pray for me.
Yes, I will.
That you, he increases your territory, increases your finances, increases your sustainability.
Yes.
This is what we're about. And, it's pot. Look, I'm almost done the ginger. I'm used to it. I like it.
Now, where, let them know where they can find you at social media, all that
okay,
type
so
stuff.
my social media page is at Juice Capital.
LLC.
No, it's just regular.
That's on Facebook or IG?
Sorry, that's IG. I ain't been on Twitter in a while, but I am on Twitter. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Pinterest. I think that's it. And then my website is www.juicecapital.co. I messed that up when I did it, because what I did first was I did my my email, and then I bought the rights to juicecapital.com, and then when I went to go do my website, they said somebody owns the rights to Juice Capital, and it was me. So I couldn't change it, so now it's juicecapital.co, on the website. Yeah.
Okay. That's what's up. What's up. Got any shout outs, anything you want to give
Yeah,
anybody before we get out of here?
Shout out to all of my crew there. I got Jihad, I got Malaysia, Khadija, Nas, they all help. And anybody, and my friends, oh my gosh, please, they go to work. they were like, oh, they go to work every time they come through the door. You know, if they juicing, they cutting, they at the events with me. You know, hype man. You know, everything. Like so, it's funny. You know, when I do the shots because. You know, we all take shots with our friends. so that's where it come from, like
gotcha.
shot.
Right.
So it's like, all right, so why can't we do ginger shots? Like we can do ginger, we can do healthy shots. So
Right.
that's where it resonates. So I just want to shout out, you know, thank you guys. I'll shout you guys out for allowing me to come here. You know, Camp, New Jersey. You know, everybody. So thank you. Yeah, that's it.
That's what's up. And again, thank you.
Yes,
for spending a little time and. I mean, this is great right here. You know what I'm saying? Just like you said, you know, a lot of people just don't know.
Yeah.
So hopefully those watching, now you know what I'm saying? If you feel as though this is something that you would like to try, because I'm definitely going to try it. My cousin already said I have to try it. So whenever she says I have to do something, I have to do it. So,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now we keep them updated, you know what I'm saying, with the progress and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And cousin, you know, there is no birdcage without you. So I definitely appreciate you. Spending your time because you're just as busy as I am, if not more busy. You know what I'm saying? Got to give a shout out to my my oldest angel, Amani. She turned 26 this past Friday. So happy birthday once again to you, babes. You know I love you, cousin.
Two things. So, well, probably more than two things. I started back working out again this morning. Day 2 of my Kango bounce class at Essence Fitness Studio in Merchantville. Shout out to Jessica Caraballo. I'm sorry, Jessica Caraballo at Essence Fitness Studio. The Kango bounce class is the class with the bungee shoes.
Oh, nice. That's
the
nice.
boots is like these Kango boots.
Sure?
No, I'm not sore. I'm well. I'm well. So, reason why I told y'all what I'm doing is because just know that every day in your life you have to wake up and want to be better than you were yesterday. Mm-hmm. And I'm starting again to make the journey towards being better than the person I was yesterday. And if any advice I can give anyone, just know yesterday is behind you. You cannot fix anything that happened yesterday. You can only look forward to being a better you today and looking forward to tomorrow, God willing, if He allows you grace and mercy. So with that being said, I need everyone out there to get the book or either go see Juice Capital, continue to think clean, redirect your thought process, do more focusing on you as a person and not what other people have. Focus on what you have presently and not what you want. Be grateful for all of those things. Put your best foot forward and be well.
Definitely. Well, episode 62. Episode 62 in the books. You know what I'm saying? On that note, once again, I'm such a YARA, a.k.a. Coach Bird, and I'm the host of the BYRDCAGE Show, and we'll talk to you soon.
It was a stone groove, my man.